Boom. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 22 of the 2024 Challenge. Dr. V here, helping you get your 2024 started with some of the best tips and tricks I know. Why am I doing this? Well, a month ago, I was almost dead. I was in the hospital having a GI bleed, diverticular bleed, and I needed 2 units of blood. I was white as a ghost, white as like these lights above me, and gave me some time to reflect on what I'd been going through. And I have a new young baby, 9 months old. Oh, by the way, this morning I caught it on camera. She saw me and she looked at me. She said, "Dada," which she's made the sounds before. This morning was the first time she said it with intent and purpose, "Dada," and I was like, "Ooh, yay! I win! I'm 2 out of 3." Um, my Kizzy, my oldest, said first word was "Dada," and then Mason's first word was "Mama." I was like, "Dang it!" And her second word, believe it or not, was chicken. I didn't, and then her third word was dada. So Milani's first word is officially dada. So I'm super, super excited. Erica woke up and came out and was like, "No, I didn't hear anything. No, no." I said, "Yes, you did." Good morning, everybody. It's gonna be a short one today. Reason why is because I actually need to head to the airport, and I still have to pack, and I was going to get a haircut, and I wanted to buy some groceries for Erica, but I got it. I can't go an hour today. So thank you guys for showing up. Please hit the share button and get more people in here. I hope you've enjoyed the challenge. As happens in every challenge, to every influencer, every coach, every teacher, you start off with this 150, 170 people, like on our first, second, third days. And we've been struggling to make 100 the last couple of days, which is fine. And I'm the one who showed up late today, but I had to straighten up a few things. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube, and we're going to keep this one short today. And what I've decided, because I got such a great response from yesterday's lesson, which was the 3 things that change your life, right? Do more of what you love, do less of what you tolerate, and do none of what you hate. I've decided for the next 3 days, I'm going to go more in depth to each one. Do more of what you love, do less of what you tolerate, and do none of what you hate for the next 3 days. Okay. So tomorrow will be do less of what you tolerate. Right. And I'm going to tell you, I don't want to get started just yet. We usually get started day 5. You have your journal book. You can, I'm not here to sell you anything, but I wrote these 5 different journals. They're on my Amazon page. This one's really good. You might want to check it out, but you don't need to buy anything. You can use paper. Did you get your note cards? Right. I own a Pecos bed and breakfast. In case you're just now joining, I'm looking at buying this bed and breakfast in Pecos, which is an hour outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico, up in the mountains. Beautiful timberland. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's right. It's real. It's right across the street from the Pecos River. It's 10 acres, 3 buildings. It's just already operational as a bed and breakfast, but there's 4 rooms. I'm going to eventually get it to 10 rooms and rehab it a little bit. There's 4 ponds on there. One of them is stocked with some trout. One's a lily pond. And the other 2 on the top of the mountain are dry, which are half filled. So I'm going to fill those up. I earn $100,000 a month. So by now, some of you guys have been hearing me say, don't set a goal like, hey, I'm going to save $1,000 or I'm going to save $10,000. You got to have a more frightening goal. Like I earn $100,000 a month. How about you? How about a goal? My goal to take your annual income and turn it into your monthly income. Turn your annual income into your monthly income. This is not my annual income, but this is a good start. And this one, I have a strong, flexible body. So instead of saying I want to lose 10 more pounds or 20 more pounds, those are average people goals. And you've decided, because you're in this challenge, to not be average. That's the number one thing. That's the backdrop for everything, is to not be average. Comment if you're not average, and I will pop your name up on here. I did love being a bariatric surgeon until I no longer loved being a bariatric surgeon. So this is much more important than losing weight, because if you have a strong, flexible body, you will lose the weight, right? Um, but what average people do is they'll say, "Oh, I want to lose 20 more pounds or 10 more pounds," and you can't be average. You do not want to be average ever, ever, ever again. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Not average, Paul. Not average. Yes, not average, Lori. Not average, right? That's exactly what you want, not to be average. Okay. So average people would say, I want to lose 20 pounds. And you have to sit there and go, no, 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 no. I have a strong, flexible body. So it doesn't mean like, and then underneath this goal, you might put in systems. Like I need to go to yoga, or I need to try out Pilates, or I just need to watch a YouTube video on Pilates. You don't even have to pay for anything. Yeah, Mary Ryder's definitely not average. How are you doing? Holly Joe, longtime follower here. And David watching on YouTube. I'm not being average. Nope. Okay, good. Now I will tell you, the first time I put this up, I was like, hey mofo, how about you as a goal instead of trying to save $1,000, you say, I'm gonna turn my annual salary to my monthly salary. I'm gonna turn my annual income into my monthly income. Okay. And these are the three things that we're going to talk about. Okay. And how do you do that? Do more of what you love. Tip number one. I guess we're getting started. Do more of, I like this, Melissa Porter. Started this year out average, but no more. That's 22 days. You were average before you met me. Is that it? Right. So, yeah, and this is a good point, actually. At any time, you can decide not to be average. Average people will not hit the share button. I don't know why. I mean, I go back and there's like 100 people, right? And they're not 100 shares. That's okay. Not everyone has to share. But some people will be like, what's the point? Or I don't want to, or how, or whatever. Like, that's okay. But it means a lot. I'm not selling you anything. There's no upsell. I'm not gonna be like, hey, get this course. Like, I have a record for my daughters, a legacy that they can, I have 500 videos on YouTube. If anything ever happens to me, they can, and in my private paid group, which, thank you very much. Thank you. Look at that. I didn't mean to shame anybody. Wow. Good job, Anita. Um, uh, in my paid group, today was day 1,423 days of going live in a row. And I thought today's talk was one of the best things I've done this morning. One of the best ones I've ever had out of the 1,000. I mean, we always talk about, day 95 and stuff like that. But it was a good one today. And on camera during my live, I got the baby Milani. I walked into her room to pick her up, and she looks up and she smiles at me and she goes, Dada. And I was like, yes, yes. I know this is important for you. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Great goal. Yes, she is. Tess is totally kicking ass. So, anyway, my girls, if anything happened to me, would have 2,000 videos of me rambling and bitching and complaining. No, not bitching and complaining, but like manifesting and sharing my wisdom as much as possible. So, okay. Do more of what you love. So we're going to spend some time on this. So put in your comments. I will tell you, a lot of average people don't understand this question. So what do you love? The average. I like that. I mean, like it's the answers are ridiculous. Like I love going to the gym. Okay. Doesn't look like it. Good job, Mary. If you ask the average person, what do you love to do? They can't really tell you. Well, I go to work. I like to hang out with my friends on weekends. Your loser friends? Like, they really don't. Oh, I love my family. But when I ask them, like, oh, why are you overweight? They'll blame their family. Like, I'll have two different patients, right? And I'll say, hey, why are you overweight? And one lady will say, oh, it's my husband's fault. And I'll say, why? He goes, oh, well, he's not a very, he doesn't know how to cook. And so we're always eating out. And I said, okay. So I'll say to the second lady, I'll say, why are you overweight? And she'll say, oh, it's my husband's fault. I'll say, oh, really? Why? And she'll say, oh, he's too good of a cook. And I just have to eat everything he makes. So you see two different patients blaming their husbands for their obesity for the exact opposite reasons. One can cook, one can't cook. Or I'll say, I had one patient that was a grandmother. And I'll say, why are you overweight? And she said, oh man, I just have a very stressful life. I'm like, why are you stressed out? I said, well, I'm taking care of my grandbabies. How old are they? 5 years. They're twins. Like, don't you like being their grandmother? Like, oh, I love them. They're my life. You love them? Don't you love to take care of them? Oh, yeah, yeah. But so why are you stressed out? Well, have you ever taken care of 5-year-olds? Like, yeah. Well, I'm just, I'm all chasing them around, and I gotta take them to parks and stuff like. Don't you want like? Isn't it everybody's goal when you have kids is to eventually have grandbabies? Isn't everyone talking how great grandbabies are? Yeah, but you don't understand. These are different. Okay. Do you work? And no, I'm retired. So let me get this right. You're a retired grandmother who's blaming babysitting grandbabies on her obesity. Like, how long you been overweight? Oh, my whole life. So what was the reason you were overweight before you had grandbabies? See, people are very confused. So what do you love to do? I love to hang out with my family. The fuck you do? You blame everything on your family. You blame everything on your mother-in-law. You blame everything on your ex. You blame everything on your baby daddy. It's just crazy. That's what they should. That's what they should. So Melissa Porter, does this further my goals? Shoot, God, that's awesome, man. That's one of the things I taught y'all. Not good or bad goals, but does it further your life? Does it move the ball down? That's great. And so do more of what you love. So what do you love? What do you love to do? Yeah, Dr. V said yesterday. So I love to garden. Like I don't want to mow my yard. I I've mowed my yard before when I was younger, when I was broke, when I was growing up. In college, I mowed my own yard. That we rented a house, like a group of us boys, like 5 of us guys rented a house, and I mowed a yard a couple times. If you ever mowed yard in Houston in like July or August, you don't want to do that very much. So, but I love to garden. I mean, a lot of times you'll find me in the garden. I love to fish. I love to drown earthworms. I like, they call it fishing, not catching. I'm not good at catching. I wish I was better at catching. I love to learn. I love to cook. I love to see how much better of a cook I can become. I love to see how much better of a gardener I can become. I love to see how much better of a money manifester I can become. I love to be loved. I love to feel good. So you do more what you love. What you love. I'm very clear. I love my family, right? I love being a dad. There's nothing stressful about my taking care. Like, Erica was gone for 3 days. She went to New Mexico to take this. She wants to baptize Milani, and she has to take some sort of class, right, at the Catholic Church. And so she was gone from Thursday morning till Sunday evening, so last night. And I had the girls. Not hard. I get Mason up every morning, get her ready for school. Now, I don't do her hair all pretty like Erica does, but she's dressed, she's fed, take her to school. And then I had Milani on Thursday and Friday to myself in the afternoons. Cold front came in, no big deal, not stressed. Babies are warm, started a fire. It was nice, in the fireplace. Feed the baby, bathe the babies, get them to bed, fed them. There's nothing stressful about it. Oh, Dr. V, you're lucky you have easy babies. Do I? Do I? I think every baby comes easy. Even the ones that are like um, Mason, when Mason was born, she had, she looked fine. And the pediatrician said, came in on the first day or something like that, and said, she looks good, but she had this low grade fever and she barely had tachycardia. Like her heart rate was just a little fast for a blip. And pediatrician was almost apologizing and said, so sorry, but she triggered this protocol for us to put her in the NICU. And I was like what? This baby's crazy. Like this baby's fine. I know, but we got to put her in the NICU. And so I said, okay. And so they take her and they put her in the NICU, and she ended up being in there maybe, I don't know, 3 days. And then I don't know if it was being in the NICU or she needed to be in the NICU, or eventually like they were a little bit worried about her urine output. And they were like monitoring her closely, and but everything worked out fine. So you have these stressful moments, or you have these moments where you have to focus or have attention, but I don't let that turn into like that's the description of my life. If you ask Dr. V, like, who's Dr. V, I would never be like, oh, dude, I'm just stressed out. Like, you don't even understand. I love being an entrepreneur. I'm not very good at it, uh, but I like learning. How about that for a goal? So many of y'all, and it's not your fault, by the way, were beaten down when you're growing up, like you weren't the smart one. Like, oh, this is my daughter that she really struggles. This one really struggles. This one does good grades. This one can't focus. This one has ADD. And you've been beaten down to think that like somehow you're no good at learning. I mean, think about this for a second, okay? So a baby goes from being completely helpless, and in a few short years goes from like not being able to walk or sit up or feed them or whatever, completely helpless, to now being able to walk and feed themselves and talk and know language. You know what I mean? Like it's a quantum leap. We studied this book in my tribe called, about, it's called U Squared. And at some point in your life, in order for you, write this down. This is probably a great tip. In order for your life to change, it has to take a quantum leap. There's no amount of saving $1,000 that is going to fix your finances. Because the second you save that $1,000, you spend that $1,000. Am I right? There's no point in saving $10,000, because the second you get to $10,000, comment if you've ever done this. You look up again and the bank account is back below $10,000. Somehow there's this thermostat inside your brain that says, oh my God, I have so much money. And so there's no amount of like saving that's going to do it. You have to take what's called a quantum leap. A quantum leap means like you got to get out there and start a business, or you got to learn about entrepreneurship. Like I saw Tess is saying she's studying a life insurance training class, right? I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to get licensed in life insurance. I'm not going to be selling life insurance. It's different, but yeah, this is exactly right. You always have either an emergency or a holiday or a birthday or a show or a homecoming. You always have something, or a transmission goes out, or your car needs a new battery, or vacation, or somebody says, hey, this cruise is on sale, let's go. Like, what? So there's no amount of what average people know. Write this down. This is important. There's no amount of what average people know that's going to change your life. It won't work. If you keep like every New Year's, average people say, well, I'm going to save $1,000 this month or this year. That will not change your life, because if it did, average people wouldn't know it. That's the definition of being average. Right? Does this make sense? You got to go to Vegas, man, because whatever happens there stays there. And then you get there and you're like, God damn, it's hot. Yeah, there's no amount of what average people know that is going to change your life, right? You got to like really call what's a quantum leap. And I'll write this down because in that book, this is so you'll understand this. You cannot crawl fast enough to learn how to walk. There is no amount of crawling that is going to teach that baby how to walk. You can't, a baby cannot crawl fast enough that will teach the baby how to walk. That's a huge, if you get that image, like there's no amount of working 9 to 5 that's going to make you become financially free. It is a lie. Don't fucking fall for the millionaire next door, all of these Susie Orman. Like there is none of my millionaire friends became millionaires from cutting out Starbucks. I guarantee you. You cannot crawl fast enough to learn how to walk. In order for you to learn how to walk, it takes a quantum leap of change. It takes a quantum leap of change. You have to understand, you have to shift how you see the world. You understand, if you put yourself in a baby's shoes, and this is how you see the world when you're crawling, and you kind of see it from this level. In order for you to walk, you have to start pulling yourself up, exercising these muscles, these core muscles, these quads, these hamstrings. And now you're up and you're seeing the world from a whole different plane, a whole different level. It's like when you're down in the canyon, it's beautiful. You see the canyon this way, you drive up the mountain and then you look back down the canyon. That's a whole different vantage point. It looks totally different. See what I'm saying? It takes a quantum leap. But average people can't tell you what they love. They'll say bullshit stuff. Oh, I love my job. No, you don't. Oh, yes, I do. I love what I do, Dr. V. Well, would you do it for free? No, I need the money, to pay the bills. But you're the same person who told me that money is not important. Money doesn't make you happy. Money's not, and yet you need the money. And you're the one living paycheck to paycheck. And you still sit there and say you love your job. Oh, I would love my job if if I didn't need the money, I would do it for free. But you need the money. I mean, you're very confused about this. Does this make sense? You cannot crawl fast enough to learn how to walk. You cannot save enough to become financially free. You cannot diet enough to get to goal weight. Can I have an aha there? You can try the cabbage soup diet. You can try the injection pill, the new weight loss pills, injections, Wegovy. You can try plastic surgery. You can suck fat from here and put it into here. There's no amount of that will work, because here it is. Because if it did, the average American would not be overweight. That's what it means to be average. It takes a fundamental shift in your relationship with food in order for you to lose weight. And I said this yesterday. Why does Dr. V not struggle with food? I see, and it's because I don't diet. I never stop dieting because I don't diet. I eat food because I love food. Y'all don't love food because you wouldn't eat shit. Like Hershey's chocolate's not great chocolate. You understand that, right? We went out to a restaurant last night because Erica got home and picked her up from the airport and went to one of our favorite restaurants. She's like, I'm in the mood for oysters. It's okay. We decided dessert for the first time. And I'm going to tell you, man, if you want to get on Dr. V's good side, chocolate lava cake. And they had this. And I've had a lot of chocolate lava cake, okay? If you cut me open, I bet you chocolate would flow out. And it was delicious. It was top 3 chocolate lava cakes I've ever had. It's phenomenal. But you will never catch me putting a Hershey's bar in my mouth at 4 p.m. for whatever effing reason. I'm stressed out. I deserve it. My blood sugars are low. Blah, 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 blah. I need to wake me up. I need to pick me up. All of those reasons, none of that That never even crosses my mind. None of that shit ever crosses my mind. Does this make sense? It is about like, okay, how can I make this Chilean sea bass? How can I make bulgogi? In my private tribe, about gosh, I guess it's been what 9 months now. I learned pomodoro sauce, which is a tomato sauce. Before this, whenever I made spaghetti, I used spaghetti from a jar, and I went through all like, since college, right? Prego, good, not good. I went through all the different jars, and then I discovered Newman's Own, Paul Newman, Socceroonie. That is the best. And then I was like, and then I learned that if you like saute some onions, put some garlic, put some Italian herbs in there, and then put in Socceroonie, like it was even better. And I thought, like, wow, I'm a great cook. I can make spaghetti. And then I saw this video on pomodoro sauce and how you make pomodoro sauce, which is nothing but onions, garlic, tomatoes, and basil. And the tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, like juice themselves out. And in 30 minutes, same amount of time it took me to do other shit, I had the most amazing spaghetti sauce ever. I was just like, oh my God. And ever since then, I've never, in the last 9 months, I've never bought another can of jarred spaghetti sauce. You don't need to, because I learned what pomodoro sauce is. It's honestly, it's one of the other sauces. You can make all the other sauces from there. And now I add Italian sausage first. The other day I did some seafood. It's delicious. I thought Paul Newman's is the best too. Don't need it anymore. Don't need it. It was a quantum leap in spaghetti sauce making for Dr. V. For me, for others, for chefs, they were all like, what do you mean? You don't know what a pomodoro sauce is? No, motherfucker, I did not. No, I did not know. And now I know. And now I'm all the better for it. When you start to understand the purpose of food, which is not to make you feel better. It's about nourishing your body so you can live your life and live your dreams and have energy and have the iron banana work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The eggplant. Do you guys understand this? A lot of men who have to take the little blue pill, it's because they have high blood pressure from the bad food choices they make. And so they have to take a blood pressure pill, a high blood pressure pill. And what is one of the most common side effects of high blood pressure pills? Erection dysfunction, ED, erectile dysfunction. No more iron banana. And yet they keep eating the same shit. And then they think they pop a little blue pill and it works. And then it stops working. See what I'm saying? They don't understand that. Do more of what you love. Right? I want to keep the iron banana working as long as possible. And that's why I choose green smoothies and salads more often than junk. It's not like I've never had junk. It's just a very different relationship with food. I don't obsess over finishing my plate. That's my problem, Dr. V. When I was little, I was told to finish my plate. And how old are you now? I'm 65. And are you still that little kid? Are your parents alive? No, they died a long time ago. So why are you I don't know. That's just what I heard. That's right. Because that's what average fucking people say. It will require you to have a whole different quantum leap change. Your relationship with food, your relationship with money. It all has to change. You see what I'm saying? Good job, Andre. And it sounds so simple to sit there and say, okay, do more of what you love. Yes, Dr. V, do more of what I love. What do you love? Love to eat. Okay, well, now I want you to go out and buy a $36 a pound Chilean sea bass and learn how to make miso sea bass. What? $36 a pound? Who can afford that shit? Apparently not you, because that's what you said. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to go make more money. Who's got time for that? Who's got time to sell dildos? Who's got time to sell lotions and potions? Who's got time to take an insurance class? Who's got time to sit, like Dr. V? I gotta get caught up on Yellowstone, Breaking Bad. I gotta get caught up. I gotta watch my shows. I gotta know what's going on. I gotta Dr. V. Once my kids are moved out of the house, then I'll have more time. And then when I don't have to shuttle them to ballerina school and soccer practice and swim practice and piano lesson, then I'll get my, wow, how are you paying for all that? By the way, I want to know your understanding of the role of money, importance of money is okay. So let me give you a few, right? I fucking love manifesting money. Can you say that real quick? Can you put that in the comment section? Like, I love manifesting money. What does that mean, Dr. B? For example, I love it so much. The other day I said, hey, I'm looking at buying this bed and breakfast in Pecos, and 10 acres outside of Santa Fe. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. River access, the whole shebang. Santa Fe National Park, it is 1.6 million acres. This Pecos, this bed and breakfast, is right in the middle of the park of this national park. It's 1.6 million acre playground. Now the property is 10 acres. And I said, if you'd like to loan me some money, I'm giving 18%. And lo and behold, I get a text. Hey, Dr. B, I saw your live. I'd be interested in investing. What's the minimum? I was like, minimum is only 25,000. Give you 18%. So I got 50. I said, well, thank you very much. I'll take it. Why? Because I love manifesting money. I love seeing gardening and building animal pens, and I love my ranch. I love fishing. I love riding horses. I love nature. I love learning about plants and that. What is this plant? What is this plant? What is this flower? What is this animal? Oh my God. Blah, blah. Like, I just love learning. So when you sit there and you go, oh, that's not possible. It's not possible to say something one time and make $50,000, is it? Write this down. When you say it's not possible, it becomes not possible for you. I just did it. I just made $50,000. A brink. So the reason why average people can't tell you what they love doing, and we're going to get into this towards the end, is that they don't vibrate at that level. They don't vibrate at the level of what they love. Can I have an aha here? Like, they are vibrating about, oh, Dr. V, I just got to go to work. I just got to get past this day. I just got to get my kids out of the house. I just got to get, my mom's sick. My grandma broke her hip. I just got to get past this. So does that sound high or does that sound low? I just got to get past this project. It's tax season. Oh, my boss sent me another project. Like, high or low? Low, right? But when I sit there and I go, dude, this is gonna be dope bed and breakfast. You're gonna want to come. And I said, put come in the comment section, if you would come hang out with me at my bed and breakfast and have Dr. V make you breakfast tacos. Like, hey, on the menu for dinner tonight is beef bourguignon, $25 a plate. Would you like some beef bourguignon? I make killer beef bourguignon. I make killer gumbo. Like, gumbo tonight. You want some gumbo? $20 a bowl. All you can eat gumbo. Would you like to come? Put come in the comment section. And I'll pop your name up on the screen. If you would come hang out with me at the bed and breakfast. Right? I mean, why camp with other people in the campgrounds and you're right next to some camper and they have their pit bulls walking up and down and you're like, what? And they're making noise and they're playing music when you could just totally hang out, So it's so funny. I did this the other day and I was like, look, I got a bunch of women coming. Stacy Ann's coming. Christina's coming. And everyone was like, oh my God, that was hilarious. I got a lot of women to say they're coming. I'm dirty. I know. I'm dirty minded. I have a really juvenile sense of humor. So, well, you came. Ruth is coming. Uh, I love to laugh, right? I mean, how many times Rita's coming? How far down the list? Anita, you were on the other day when I did it, you know? She did. She came. She came to my ranch and hung out, and I made tomahawk steak for Christina, and I'd love to come again. How many, like, how far down the list, or how long would it take for you before you say, I love to laugh? Do more of what you love. I love to laugh. I love to tell jokes. I love to make other people laugh. How about that? I mean, average people are like, I don't, I love my family. I love to go camping on weekends. I love to travel. Oh, where do you want to travel? Well, I ain't got time. Where's the last place you went traveling? Oh, I love to go to the lake. Where's the lake? An hour away. What do you do at the lake? Do you have a property? Do you have a lake house? Do you have a lakefront property? Oh, no. I just, rent a little cabin, or they have a campground. Hey, dude, come on. Come on. Because you can't allow yourself. People have a hard time letting themselves like be fabulous, right? Oh, by the way, in my private group the other day, I decided to do this. On YouTube, you can actually do a playlist, and you can put like similar videos on like I could do a weight loss playlist and stuff like that. I did that. I stopped doing it, but I was putting up a playlist for Too Soon Old, Too Late Smart, the book I read, and I was interpreting the videos. I got to 17 chapters out of what, 34, 34 chapters. And anyway, so I said I'm going to do a playlist where I do my favorite self-help videos, the ones that really got me like jump started. And then I said the other day, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it with that, like, ads free, no commercials, no ads, so that if there's like a 10-minute like motivational video and you're feeling the groove, like, I don't want it to interrupt with some little Viagra ad or something like that for you guys, or weight loss pill. Like, I want you to stay in the groove of like, yeah, manifesting and stuff like that. So, Stacy, I don't think I'm gonna open the group. I'm seriously, yeah. I love to sing and dance. Yeah, man, do it. Yeah, do more of that. Do more of that. Right? Just in your room. You don't have to wait. Oh, I need to find someone to go with. No, you don't. That's what average people say. Here, let me ask you that question. Try this on for size. When you try this on for size. When you find yourself like at a crossroads, okay? Try this. That's what average people say or do. That's what an average person would do. Like, oh, I love to dance, but my husband won't go with me or won't take me. That's what average people say. Oh, money doesn't make you happy. That's what average people say. You're surely not going to sign up for another one of those MLM stuff. That's what average people say. You surely not listening to that skinny Asian, are you? I don't want to be average. Right? Because the question is like, Marianne, the reason I was thinking about that playlist, because we just reviewed this Marianne Williamson video, and that's what she said. She says, who am I to be fabulous and beautiful and talented? And Marianne, and she says, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Who are you not to be fabulous and amazing and fun and outgoing and everything? You see what I'm saying? And I love that video. And I want to put it up on YouTube. Love y'all very much. Day 22. I said it was going to be a short one, and I am running out of time. I got to go to the airport. Love y'all very much. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow from Sedona at my mastermind. And if you don't know what a mastermind is, Maybe that's something you should look up. Maybe that's something you should YouTube. Maybe that's something you should figure out. Because I'll be at my mastermind, and that's how my life changed. Love y'all very much. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.